two main controls here are one for the fridge, which is the first one. The 12-volt control for the fridge must be switched on for the fridge to be working, and it's the only control needed. The other switch here is for the gas system, and again, for the gas system to work, this has to be switched on as it opens a valve on the main gas tank. If you switch the fridge off, unless you're hooked up to the mains, it won't work, and it won't stay cold. So that should be left on probably most of the time. You can probably get away with not having it on at night if it's cool at night. And then here you've got some controls for electric. So you've got there a mains plug, which will only work in the mains connected. You've got two USB ports, and you've also got the level for the water, fresh water on the motorhome. Press the little button and it showed red there. That's because we're out of water, pretty much. And then you've also got a microwave oven, which I don't recommend using unless you're on the mains. Back to the electrics. In the middle you've got the main display, which is the controls for the blown air system and the hot water boiler. To the right you've got a little meter showing how much gas, and then the on-off switch. And all those need to be active to run the heating and the gas system. To the left you've got over here a switch, which we just mentioned previously. That needs to be on for the gas to be operational, and that will have a little green light. When you're not using the gas, turn it off, otherwise you may find that things run out. You can see here at the moment we have a little triangle on the display. That's showing a fault because there's no electric on, which we switch on here, and the red button to the right switches the gas on, and then there's an LED little meter to the right of the main display. So on here we've got the electrical controls. Switch that on the top left button, and that shows a display of how much charge is left in the leisure battery. This display here, the LED that I'm now pointing at, that shows how much gas is in the LPG tank. The tank should last constant running for about 72 hours. So then, using the controls themselves for the heating system and the hot water system, this display unit in the middle has all the controls on for both of those. The first thing you need to have is the water pump on, which is switched on with a tap symbol there. And if you don't have that on and you try and use the system, it'll come up with a little warning triangle. So pressing the button flashing, the emblem flashing now is the motorhome, and that's for the blown air heating. So this is to set the blown air heating. Now if you press that so it's flashing, and then press it again, turn it to the right, clockwise, and that you can set your level of temperature controlled within the cabin of the motorhome. And you can also set it to say whether you want gas or electric to be powering the heating system. The electric obviously will only work if there's mains connected to the motorhome, otherwise it's purely gas. Now turning this to the right enables you to adjust the fan pressure, so that's high heat now, and that will mean the blowers will be on, blowing hot air around the motorhome quite quickly. Obviously uses a bit more electricity, so normally you'd have it on eco. So the next symbol along which is flashing now is the hot water, and again you can have eco, hot or boost. Running off gas, it takes around about 40 minutes to heat the 10-litre water container that's in the boiler, and that obviously then gives you 10 litres of hot water. It does get nice and hot, so make sure that's on in plenty of time for a shower. If you've got mains and gas, then you can run both at once to heat the hot water, and it heats it within about half an hour. So the symbol that's flashing now shows you what you're using to heat the water, and currently we're using gas. Mix 1, Mix 2 are a combination of gas and electricity. Mix 2 is using full electric, Mix 1 use partial electric, and that will heat the motorhome much quicker than just having it on gas. You can have it set just to electric, and as we already seen, just electric, just gas, or mix 1, mix 2. Electric, you can have electric 1, electric 2, and that just simply electric 2 is like turning up the heat. So it heats the hot water quicker. And with that, you can actually have nice piping hot water in 20-25 minutes. You can see the little warning symbol there because we've just turned the electricity off. So the system now is saying can't work, no electric. And obviously you get the same if you switch the gas off as well. So the controls for the electric, every time you switch it on, you'll see the battery indicator, and you'll also must have the water pump on, otherwise the heating system and the hot water system won't work. The other switch to the left, which we've just activated there, is an outdoor light for when you're using the awning. There's a switch on the side here which operates 2 things. This deals with the lights inside the motorhome, which you can see coming on, and then also the step. So there's an electrical step on the side of the motorhome which will slide in and slide out. At the moment that's out, so press that, slides in, press it the other way, and obviously it will then therefore slide out, like so.